I want to get rid of the Indian problem. Our objective is to continue until there is not a single Indian in Canada that has not been absorbed into the body politic. And there is no Indian question and no Indian department. That is the whole object of this bill.
Before the settlers arrived on our shores, our many nations lived in harmony on Turtle Island. We, the people, had our sacred teachings: love, truth, respect, courage, honesty, humility, and wisdom. Then a new history was imposed on our people, disrupting the harmony. This so-called new history included industrialization, residential schools, assimilation policies, and the painful 60s scoop that saw our children being taken from us by church and state. This was a government-sanctioned and systematic attempt to quash our belief systems, our languages, our culture and traditions, and most importantly, our medicines. This new history also included new epidemics. Fast forward to today's globalized world with a spotlight on HIV. This modern-day epidemic is having a huge impact in our communities, especially for our Indigenous sisters.
The worst thing a doctor ever said to me is I tested positive for the HIV test. Then I don't remember what I said after that. The next worst thing a doctor ever said to me is the virus in your blood is high and we will have to discuss taking medications. I waited for a week before I picked up the prescription. I was thinking, what is this medication going to do to me when I put it in my body? It was okay for a few months, but then I started to see a bump on the back of my neck. The doctors said it was caused by my HIV medications. If I had known that before I started, I wouldn't have taken it. Now I have to live with hump. I have also had rashes from my medications, insomnia, and nightmares. Meds I'm on are one-a-day drugs, or every day for the rest of my life.
I remember when my doctor said to me, I do not understand why you are still experiencing side effects. This treatment is usually very well tolerated. I felt like telling her, well, you ought to try taking these. I've been on treatment for HIV for almost 13 years now, and I essentially have become a global statistic. HIV is now my constant companion and my guide as I navigate the Western medicine road. Sometimes I feel like a mouse running inside a big wheel in my pursuit for health and life. For many positive Aboriginal women, learning to navigate the global machinery of HIV treatment is a challenge. It's a one-size-fits-all approach, a continuation of the assimilationist policies of Duncan Campbell Scott. As Indigenous people, we have no dignity or respect when we are at the global table. It's all pills, 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 and numbers. They are always talking numbers. Oh, and money. They use a language we don't understand. Our worldview is different.
when I was in the hospital for 3.5 months, at the end of my stay, he says to me, well, we've done everything we could. Maybe you should think of preparing yourself for the worst. You're going to die. What? I was like, what? Thanks for giving me hope and encouragement. I discharged myself that afternoon, barely able to walk, and got all better by myself with using our native medicines and elders and ceremonies and stuff. And about a month and a half, I was totally more than 100% better. I even went back to the hospital and thanked the doctors for looking after me. One doctor's mouth dropped and his eyes were so huge he probably didn't expect to ever see me again.
Doctors need to question their own assumptions about health. They need to learn to see us for who we are and how we are, to treat us with respect and dignity, and to respect our cultures, our medicines, our healing, and our Indigenous worldviews.
This is to show, the doctor's response right here, the what the fuck, it's in the garbage, along with the no, the bad and all that. It's in the garbage. The stink attitude and judgments is in the garbage, and here's this young woman that's speaking to her doctor in a good way, advocating for herself, talking about who she is as a positive Aboriginal woman, sharing her journey and sharing the way that she heals and she medicates and takes care of herself, and all the color coming from the mouth is giving life to all that, those different colors. And so love, truth, honesty, courage, wisdom, humility, respect, like, come on, they all are in the ethics and codes of being a doctor, but they're not practiced. That's the way that I see it. So here, these are all, given life, and it's all happening. So the doctor's response is, okay, that's you. I accept that. I see how you are and who you are. And, here's my medications and my therapy. And, I'm a happy camper and I support you when I can support you to be on your pathway, to do what you need to do, like, emotionally and spiritually and mentally, but take my pill physically. That's going to help your body physically and I'll be happy. So that's what I want to share.
Our elders say that hardships for us are gifts, that HIV is our greatest teacher, that there are teachings and gifts in our stories. Within our sacred circle, these hardships and teachings help us to advocate for our people. We're tired of people telling us what we need. We're telling you what can help us better. What we need is our culture, our teachings, our kids, inspiration, love, animals, environment, good food, and dreams to come true still in this life. And a house. Pills put our virus to sleep, but we also need case management that includes support, which is very important. We want to show what our life as positive Indigenous women really is. It is all of the above. Our dreams, web of life understanding, family, generations to come, our medicines, the teachings we hold sacred, our home fires.